and that both parents had then dismembered her remains. Hello there, welcome to my channel. I hope you are well. My name is Gabby, and today we're going to be talking about the true crime case of Zahra Baker and her stepmother Elisa Baker. Now this is quite an upsetting case as it does involve a child, so just a warning beforehand. Now I just want to say that everything I speak about in this video is information that is freely available on the internet, and I mean absolutely no disrespect to anyone involved. We're starting off in Australia in 2004, where Adam Baker moved from Wagga Wagga, Australia to Queensland with his daughter Zahra in order to be closer to his parents and to work on a sugar mill. Now Adam Baker had full custody of his daughter Zahra, as her mother had suffered quite severe postpartum depression and had given up her custody to Adam Baker. So Zahra Baker was born on the 16th of November in 1999 and was just your typical lovely little girl. Unfortunately though, she developed bone cancer in 2005 and also suffered a bout of lung cancer as well. And for a little girl, that's more than what they should have to go through at their age. And due to her illnesses, she did have to have the lower part of one of her legs amputated and also had to wear hearing aids. Luckily though, in 2008, her cancers did go into remission. So in July of 2010, Adam moved to North Carolina with Zahra when she was 11 years old after meeting Elisa Fairchild online. Elisa had visited Adam in Queensland before, and it didn't take long until they'd gotten married. Now Elisa had actually been married 6 times previously and was married at the time of marrying Adam. So in August of 2010, Zahra was enrolled at Hudson Elementary School, but never really attended. Why? Well, Elisa had removed her and told the school that she would be homeschooled. Other reports said that Zahra was attending the school, but Elisa had her removed after reports of child abuse which implicated Elisa at the time. Many of Zahra's neighbours claimed that Zahra was being both physically and mentally abused at the hands of Elisa, and according to what I've read, the Child Protective Services of both Caldwell and Catawba County had visited the various residencies of Zahra.
I think there was more behind closed doors than what anybody knew.
Do you think she was being abused?
Oh yeah.
In what way?
There was one incident where Zahra's stepmother was whooping Zahra and she broke her hand on her prosthetic leg.
She'd come out and yell and scream at her and tell her she's going to whip her if she didn't start walking and learning to run.
The Bakers had moved several times within those counties before finally settling down in Hickory. Now, Elisa's behaviour wasn't something that was new to the social services. There are reports of abusive behaviour by Elisa towards her own biological children, 2 daughters and a son to 2 previous partners, which dated back to 1999. On the 22nd of September 2010, employees at a Hickory furniture store claimed to have seen Zahra in the shop with Elisa. Now this is the last time that anyone had claimed to have seen Zahra other than her parents. A 911 call was made by Elisa on the 9th of October 2010 at 5:30 a.m. She reported a fire to the back of the family home in Hickory, and when the police arrived they found a ransom note and the smell of petrol coming from Adam's work truck, which was a Chevrolet Tahoe. So the next part of this case gets a little bit convoluted, and I think even to this day there are certain things that are a little bit questionable, but are open to debate. So the same day, a second 911 call was made by Adam Baker where he reported his daughter Zahra missing.
Catawba County 911.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm good.
I need police.
He told the operator that they had called earlier about a fire and had told them about a $1 million ransom note that was left on his company truck, which was addressed to his landlord and boss, Mark Coffey. When Adam was speaking to the call handler, he spoke about the fire that they had reported earlier in the day and implied that the kidnapper had used the fire as a distraction in order to take Zahra. He also implied that the kidnapper had mistakenly taken Zahra in place of his boss's daughter. Adam said that he hadn't seen Zahra since 2:30 a.m. that morning when he left for work. So during the start of the investigation into Zahra's kidnapping, Elisa was taken in for a polygraph test which she ultimately failed. She was asked questions about whether she had harmed Zahra or knew of anyone who would harm Zahra, and if she knew who had written the ransom note. She failed every question. So on the 10th of October 2010, Elisa was actually arrested for various crimes unrelated to Zahra. These included communicating threats, larceny, writing bad checks, and driving with a revoked license. While jailed, Elisa admitted to writing the ransom note and was charged with obstruction of justice by leading police astray. So in late October 2010, a Catawba County judge raised Elisa's bond from $40,000 to $65,000, believing that Elisa was a flight risk. Elisa's daughter, Amber Fairchild, testified at the hearing, saying that her mother had told her that she was thinking of leaving North Carolina the day before she was arrested. Elisa's aunt, Buzzy Winkler, told reporters that Elisa had told her that Zahra had died after being sick for 2 weeks and that both parents had then dismembered her remains, because that's what you do when your child dies at home. Dismember them instead of calling the police or an ambulance. Elisa then reported that Adam had dismembered Zahra on his own and that the both of them had then got rid of her remains afterwards. She also said that Zahra had died on the 24th of September, even though she wasn't reported missing until the 9th of October. Reportedly, Elisa's attorney, Lisa Dubs, had told police where they could find possible evidence relating to Zahra's death. Apparently, Elisa had told her attorney where they could find Zahra's prosthetic leg. She said it had been put into a dumpster where her and Adam had disposed of it at Foxbridge Apartments in Hickory. A prosthetic leg was found in late October, a few miles away from a former residence of Elisa's. The Hickory police were able to match the serial numbers of the prosthetic leg to Zahra's medical records, which they obtained from Australia, in order to confirm that the prosthetic leg was in fact Zahra's. In November 2010, Elisa began leading the police to different areas within the Catawba and Caldwell County to find the scattered remains of Zahra. Numerous bones of Zahra's were found, but her head was not at the time. Elisa also told police that she had thrown her mattress into a dumpster, and police confirmed that they had found a mattress fitting the description in landfill. Elisa led police to another dumpster behind a grocery store in Hudson, where she said her and Adam had disposed of a car cover and bed cover that was used to hide and transport Zahra. Elisa also told police that body parts of Zahra's could be found in the bathtub drain trap, and that plastic gloves that were used could also be found in her bathroom. A review of Elisa's now long-gone MySpace page showed photographs of Zahra, and in one photo Zahra is wearing all black and the caption read, "The Dark Child, lol." And her mood on the page was listed as crazy on the last day that she signed in, which was the 8th of October 2010, one day before Zahra was reported missing. Reportedly, Elisa Baker had been married 7 times, and at some point she was married to 2 or 3 men at the same time, as she never got a divorce before remarrying. At the time of marrying Adam Baker, she had been married to 3 men within 3 years. In January 2011, it was reported that Elisa was charged with bigamy after it was confirmed that she was still married to Aaron Young at the time of wedding Adam Baker. Elisa had introduced Aaron Young to Adam, claiming that he was her brother, not an ex-husband. Weird, right? So allegedly, Elisa had been in regular contact with her previous husband, Aaron Young, and they both visited an imvu.com website on the 22nd of September, which is 2 days before Elisa said Zahra died. The IMVU website involved chainsaw massacre role-playing, and the police investigated claims of a woman who used the same social networking sites as the Bakers, saying that she had blogged about a conversation that she had had with one or both of the Bakers involving a murder with chainsaws. Since the cause of death couldn't be determined, Zahra's death was listed as an undetermined violent homicide. Elisa had told police that both she and Adam had disposed of Zahra's remains, but according to cell towers, Elisa was within the area that Zahra's remains were found, but Adam was not. Police believe that Elisa killed and dismembered Zahra on the 24th of September and disposed of her body the following day. On the 21st of February 2013, the Hickory police confirmed that a skull that they had found in April of 2012 was in fact Zahra Baker's. Elisa Baker was indicted by a grand jury for second-degree murder with aggravating circumstances on the 22nd of February 2011 in Catawba County. Elisa would have had a first-degree murder charge if she had not led law enforcement to Zahra's remains. Adam denied any involvement in Zahra's death, and the police haven't found any credible evidence to suggest that he was involved in any way or to charge him with murder.
Police say they're satisfied that her Australian father, Adam Baker, wasn't involved in the death, though one investigator told the court they had a hard time understanding how he couldn't have known that his daughter was missing for 2 weeks.
Investigators believe that Elisa Baker killed and dismembered Zahra on the 24th of September 2010 and then disposed of her remains the following day.
The 43-year-old pleaded guilty to second-degree murder and obstruction of justice. She admitted to physical, verbal and psychological abuse of the child, to hiding and desecrating her body.
Elisa was sentenced to 18 years in September of 2011 and then was given a further 10 years for drug-related charges. So that was the case of Zahra Baker, a lovely little girl who endured enough in her young age, who was then horrifically murdered by her own stepmother. I think we can all agree that we will never understand what went through Elisa's mind on that day and whether or not Adam was involved in that whole thing. If you enjoyed true crime, please make sure to like this video and subscribe to my channel, as I will be releasing new videos every week. Until then, please be safe, be well, and I'll see you next time.